listening to the Community Radio Network. Follow us via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to other games at 87.5 FM or join us anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
These are the sounds of a dinner that almost happened. A dinner now served, thanks to people like you. Due to COVID-19, 17 million more Americans may face hunger. Feeding America is helping our neighbors in need. And if you're able, you can too. Donations are being accepted at feedingamerica.org/coronavirus. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The following is a presentation of the Community Radio Network. We are CRN.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
We have been going at it since November the 1st, and now we have reached the finish line in what will be our final game of coverage this 2021-22 season here. We welcome you to coverage on the Community Radio Network. For those also that are watching on our Johnston Jaguars YouTube feed, this is the final game for not only the Johnston Jaguars and the NJCAA for the men, but the women as well. We're live inside the Schrack Center. I'm Wesley Outland, the voice of the Johnston Jaguars, joined alongside to the far left is color analyst Bruce Barrett, and of course, one of our CRN interns from Clayton High School in training, Brendan Reeves. They've been along all season long. Our videographer in production in the game is also Jackie Zinn. Bruce, hard to believe this season's already flew by, and we can let you know this is the last game. NJCAA tournament for men or women will not happen.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the men last night lost in the first round to Catawba Valley. Congratulations to Catawba Valley. They put on a great game. The Jaguars did. The men, they won there late, but the Red Hawks just pulled away there towards the end, and that was it. But it still was a very successful season, a winning program this year for JCC, and they've got a lot of talent coming back, my friend. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with next year.
Yeah, I believe so. And Brendan, I'll bring you in the fold. As by the way, tonight's game is the finale here at the Schrack Center, as well as for Johnston Jaguars basketball, as the Patrick and Henry Pats from just outside of Martinsville Speedway, the half mile of mayhem, make the trip down here, down 95, ready to go, or should I say down 40. They never touched 95. And then, of course, joining us is Brendan Reeves. Brendan, we're going to see a great game here. You've been on the road with us. You've traveled with us. You've been at home with us. You've ran the cameras. You're joining us on color. What do you think of the Jaguars season and where we're going to go for the men and women to come after this tonight?
I mean, like you said, it's been they played some really great games. They've been very productive with, the tools they had and they worked through. Of course, we're going to see some amazing talent next year. Not to mention, some new players will be coming in. They could, show some promise, maybe even start. But, next season is, it's not as far away as you think. Both teams are going to play absolutely amazingly, and I just can't wait for it.
It should be a fun time tonight. And again, by the way, the men Johnston Jaguars under the direction of Coach Jay Creasy went down in the quarterfinal round. Last night, Bruce Barrett was on the call from Hickory, North Carolina. Catawba Valley did defeat the number 5 seed Johnston Jaguars. The men are out of it. We knew the women were pulling out right at the beginning of the new year. They dropped. They had to change players. We knew they were leaving the Region 10 Division 2 tournament play, so we knew they weren't going to play for a conference tournament. But obviously, Bruce, again, a lot of things to take from this season to rebuild. Thanks to, of course, Mr. Dean, Mr. David Johnson, Dr. David Johnson, the Dean of JCC, Derek Arnold, Greg Morrissey, Alonzo Lunsford, Jay Creasy, so many people that have made this happen for us this year.
That's right. And, you know, the main thing about all of this is junior college basketball, junior college athletics. It gives these kids a chance to compete at this level, but the education process and all the benefits that come with it, regardless of what anyone says about how they feel about the NJCAA.
Speaking of Colin Cowherd,
I'll call him out right now.
You're live.
The fact of the matter is that here are kids that are getting an education.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but if you don't think that some of these junior college athletes are good, ask Ole Miss and ask Tuscaloosa, Alabama, when Chad Kelly from East Mississippi Junior College went, after winning 2 national championships at that level, went to Ole Miss and beat the Tide in Tuscaloosa. So there are opportunities for these kids to really do great things, and that's what junior college basketball allows.
What Bruce is talking about was yesterday on the Herd, Colin Cowherd, colleague, reputable person from Fox Sports Radio. I do stuff for Fox Sports Radio. He came out and he said on the air live that players, coaches, schools that are part of the NJCAA are a waste of time. You don't need to put your emphasis and efforts in it for a 2-year program. You're wasting time. You're wasting money. Brendan, as you being a freshman in high school wanting to move up to college, you might play at JCC or Patrick and Henry or even just get an education. What do you take on what Colin Cowherd said in regards to that?
Honestly, me personally, I mean, I don't think that's right because, you know, like you said earlier, you know, before we got on air, I mean, it's not like everybody can just go into Division I.
That's right.
You know, go play for those type of schools. But, I mean, just to get to college and still be able to play a sport that you love.
Certainly.
I mean, right there, that's amazing.
And continuing your education, and you may not be a Division I prospect coming out of high school, but you can become a Division I or Division II prospect coming out of here after 2 years of training. So what's wrong with allowing these kids to compete and giving them that opportunity to advance and continue their education? I have no problem with that, and I think that needs to really be looked at again.
Yeah, and of course, as we see now, the players warming up. We're about 2 minutes to tip off opening ceremonies. And again, we will tell you that we proudly stand behind the NJCAA.
Absolutely.
We're proud to be the voice of the Johnston Jaguars. We've had a privilege and an honor this season. Thanks to Coach Marlon Lee and the Lady Comets. Go Comets. They got their women's playoff win on the road last night over Topsail. They're going to the second round tomorrow night against Hoggard. You'll hear it with Kevin Stump and myself from Wilmington on the Community Radio Network. But we come back up the road, Bruce. We could have stayed in Wilmington. We could have had a day at the beach. But we came back because we did have obligations to life. And one of those obligations was to the Johnston Jaguars, the Johnston Community College, and this finale. And again, it was kind of disappointing to find out that there will not be men in the JCC Jaguars part of the national NJCAA tournament. But again, there's things that they can regroup on, rebuild on. And for Coach Alonzo Lunsford, who'll wrap up his second year at the helm, just like Jay Creasy did last night in his second year at the helm, there's still a lot of things they can learn from it as well.
Well, absolutely. I think this program at both the women's and the men's level is pointed in the right direction. They've got a lot of positive things that they've come to fruition for these ball clubs, and I believe that next year the men's Jaguars are going to be fantastic next year. And they were very good this year. They had a winning record.
That's right.
They have a winning record. And just because they lost last night, they're out of the tournament. That doesn't mean that they won't be competitive next year. I guarantee you they will sneak up on no one next year.
It's time to go for one final time. The Jaguars hosting the Patrick and Henry Pats. We will get ready for player introductions, opening ceremonies in just a moment. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the president of Johnston Community College, Dr. David N. Johnson, Director of Athletics, Mr. Derek Arnold, Events Coordinator, Greg Morrissey, Jay Creasy, and Alonzo Lunsford, we welcome you to the SRAC, home of the Johnston Jaguars basketball. Tonight's matchup is the finale for men and women's college NJCAA competition this 2021-2022 fiscal year. As tonight, from Martinsville, Virginia, the Patrick and Henry Pats travel to take on the Lady Johnston Jaguars. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, the National Junior Collegiate Athletic Association and Johnston Community College reminds you that one of the goals of college athletics is learning lifetime values. Sportsmanship is one of those important values of life, and that is best learned when respect is accorded to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show during this entire game, and we thank you. Again, you can also support and abide by the decisions of officials. Spectators can support these interscholastic programs by refraining tonight from derogatory or interpretive remarks or cheers. We hope you will enjoy the game and support your athletes in a positive and sportsman-like manner. Ladies and gentlemen, please join our players and coaches in honoring America, the brave men and women who are currently serving, have served, or will serve in the future. In the armed forces, our 5 branches of military, our ancestors, relatives, friends, neighbors, and co-citizens, as we celebrate our freedom and those who protect it, let us rise as one nation and one person, with right hand over your heart, while veterans may render their hand in salute, gentlemen removing your hats kindly, and everyone remaining standing for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, your officials for tonight's game are from the NJCAA, and they're hired with their mutual agreement of the schools participating of this event. Their experiments and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game at the best of their ability. All spectators, players, and coaches, no matter what their personal feelings are or loyalties, should display the respect that they deserve. Officials for tonight's game include Crew Chief Chris Lozak, Stephen P.A., Referee 1, and Archie Deckiser, referee 2. Let's give our refs a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the starting lineup for the visiting team out of Martinsville, Virginia, the Patrick and Henry Pats. Number 12, and you have no name on the roster, my apologies. Number 24, a freshman 5'11" from Harrisonburg, Virginia, Madison Florines. From Gretna, Virginia, a 5'8" freshman, number 22, Tanasia Whitner. And actually, that was Harriet Hayford. If I call your number, come on up. Number 32, Harriet Hayford, freshman. Number 22, that is going to be Tanasia Whitner, 5'8" freshman. Number 32, Hayford, and one more, number 10. No, number 3, I'm sorry. Markeisha Height. Sophomore at 5'3" from Townsend, Virginia. Our apologies, the rosters are not matching what the numbers are on the jerseys. Ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for the Johnston Jaguars. Number 23, 5'11" from Richmond, a senior from Rockingham. Number 23, Daviana Campbell. A 5'4", graduate from Trinity Christian from Fayetteville. Number 15, Ayana Council. From Fayetteville, North Carolina, graduate also from Trinity Christian at 5'6". Number 5, Tamara Hooker. From Triple S, a graduate from the Spartans across the road from 5'7". Number 0, Zania Thaggart. And your final starter from Knightdale and graduate from Knightdale High School, number 22, Jakaya Kelly. The Johnston Jaguars are head coach for their second year under the direction of Coach Alonzo Lunford. Ladies and gentlemen, Pats and Jaguars, and this is again the final basketball season of the final basketball game of the 2021-22 season. All right, so we apologize for that. Obviously, the roster for this roster and this roster is not matching. We'll have to work on getting that fixed, and we didn't have the lineups. We're ready, though. The show goes on. Tip off, and somebody jumped the gun a little too early here.
Yeah, they tossed the ball up. No one touched it. It'll be a retoss. And there we go. We're underway.
This game is on.
Nice pass.
For our Patrick and Henry fans, we apologize for, we'll get the number and the name for number 12. Promise you. It's probably a jersey number change, and it's they're on the roster. It's just under a different number. A shot for 3. No good. Off the cylinder. That was the attempt by Harriet Hayford, freshman from Acura Guana, Bruce.
So right now the Jaguars with the ball. Here's a three-pointer on the way. Hits the front of the iron. No good. And rebound. We got a foul call. And we're going to have a foul on number 24.
Foul is going to be on Madison Farillanez.
So that's the first foul of the game here at the 9:27 mark. They play 4 10-minute quarters just like the Division I college women play.
Zania Thaggart, Hooker throwing up a 3. Boom! Good! Hooker. 3 points for Tamara Hooker from Trinity. Tell you what, Brendan, what a great way to get things started for the Jaguars. You want to end the season with a win.
Oh, yeah, you most definitely do. I mean, one of the best ways, go out if you have to. And, that right there was a great start.
Driving up the lane, Hooker back on the rebound. Going now, looking around to Thaggart. Thaggart to Kelly. Kelly goes back to Thaggart. Thaggart will throw up a 3 off the top of the backboard. No good. Rebound. Getting it back for Illinez. She's a 5'11" freshman from Harrisonburg, Virginia. And it's 3-0. These players play 4 10-minute periods, just like NCAA women's basketball. And drains a 3. Marquesa Height from Townsend, Georgia, 5'3" sophomore.
Just a nice pass to the outside, and she drained that. It was nothing but nylon. We're tied at 3.
Tied up at 3. Final game of the regular season and for overall basketball. They'll come back in November. Driving up the lane. Turnover. Daviana Campbell. Great defense coverage. Couldn't hold on to it. Height gets it back there for the Pats. Goes inside the lane. Finding now Hayford. Hayford now draws up. Looks around to Flores.
Intercepted.
And it's a turnover. Look at that. Got it back. Quick work there by number 22, Jakaya Kelly. How about that there, Brigg?
Just a nice job of just stepping inside the lane there and taking away that pass. There's a two-pointer, and it's
there
good.
You go. That's, I believe, number 15, Ayanna Council, putting it in there on a two-shot. Brendan, 5-3.
I mean, right now, both teams are playing good, but, JCC did, not come to play today. I mean, they're, hitting their shots, doing what they got to right now.
Inside, overshot. That was Hayford on the attempt by Hyde. Ball rolls out of play. They're going to give it back to the Jaguars. No, yeah, Jaguars basketball. No, they're going to give it to the Pats. Never mind. I thought it was going to go to the Jaguars too. Inside the lane, Hayford to 12. We got to find the name out on number 12.
Oh, there's a
turnover. Jakaya Kelly getting it right back. Zania Thaggart up the lane, turns it over. She got tripped up. Gives the ball now with a turnover by number 24, Flores. Flores will now go to Hayford. Hayford goes up the lane, driving, finding now number 12. Going now to 3. That's Height. Height hit the 3 earlier. Goes now to lane, back to Hayford. Hayford now drives up the circle. Going back around to the perimeter. Working their way around the circle to the right key, to the left wing. Here comes now number 32, Hayford. Hayford throws one up on a shot clock at 5 and a 2. They're going to call it a 2, and it's going to be a tie game now, Brandon. Boy, tied up 5-5. What a game here.
It was a nice job there with that high screen that opened up the shooting lane there to allow that one to go. JCC puts in a layup. It is no good. Rebounded by the Patriots, and here they come.
That's right. Working their way back up court now. 5-5. Ooh. A 3. Number 3 of Height. It's a 3, and it's now a 3-point lead. 8-5. Brendan, we saw that drain in the basket there.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, right now, she seems to be doing really good from the three-point line. I mean, 2 threes already at, under like 4 minutes. I mean, she's on fire right now.
Yeah, that last 3 that she just hit, she launched that one from the bypass.
5.5 coming up, 6 minutes remaining on the inside of the left wing. There goes Hooker. She'll throw a 3 off the front of the cylinder. Could get the rebound back out to the Campbell. Campbell's fouled. Driving up the lane, number 12. And a foul is called.
Great job on the rebound. They got the ball, and it was a touch pass underneath, and that's what created that foul. Is number 23 will come to the line, and she will shoot 2 here.
Foul on the Pats, number 12, her first foul. To the line, number 23 for 2, Daviana Campbell. And Campbell will miss her first. Clock isn't running. You want to make those points. She'll drain in the second one. 1 out of 2 at the charity stripe. And right now it's a 2-point game, Bruce Barrett, 8-6.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to make your free throws. But there's a great defensive play there by the Jaguars. Breaking on that pass, knocking it out of bounds. It will remain Patriots ball with 22 to shoot.
We're after 7 p.m. We'll pause for 10 seconds of network identification of the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to the Community Radio Network. Follow us via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to other games at 87.5 FM or join us anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
You saw it on the broadcast. Ball hit the cylinder for the Pats. No turnover now. Back to the Jaguars. Jakaya Kelly on the rebound. And she'll now hand it off back to Council. Bruce Barrett, Brendan Reeves, Wesley out on the broadcast call for the Community Radio Network and CRN Productions for the Johnston Jaguars here tonight. Jackie Zan is doing the video images as we go inside. Kelly shot up short for 2. Trying to tie the game up. Just came up short, Bruce.
That 3-2 defense that the Patriots are running right now is very effective on that shot. There's another 3.
Height again.
And she is launching threes, matching that number on the back of her jersey.
Markeisha Height, she's a 5'3" sophomore. She's a Georgia peach, if you will, Brendan, from Townsend, Georgia. 5-point lead now. It's 11-6, 4.5 remaining. Council there. Hooker there.
Oh, what a
Basket
nice
two.
pass.
Cut the lead down for the Pats on 3.
Nice play there. A great pass, and that's what set it all up.
Certainly did. Got it started. Everything is working. Everything is gelling. Going inside the lane. Working now. Back to Hayford. Hayford. Height. 3 again. Height with another 3, Brendan. What do you think, buddy? She's draining. That's 3 3-pointers now. No correction. 4 3-pointers for number 3 for the Pats.
I mean, right now, she's on fire. I mean, right now, she's starting to play like the female version of Stephen Curry, and she's draining them.
And a turnover, by the way. They'll go back to the Pats again. 14-8, only down by 6. Still a lot of basketball left to play, though, Bruce Barrett.
Oh, absolutely. And right now, the Jaguars, they're trailing 14-8. A lot of that's by and part to the 3-point baskets right now that, the Patriots, they are converting.
Working up the lane now, number 10 of the game, Savannah Staples. She's a West Point, Virginia freshman from 5'9". Staples now goes to the other side to Height. Height driving up the lane here. Looking, setting, back to 12. We'll get a name on her. Cut up to the second half, and they check the books. Shot for Height on the 3.
Another 3.
5 3-point shots by number 3, Markeisha Height. Wow.
I mean, is that her 15th point?
5 3-pointers.
Yeah.
That's all she scored is 3-pointers. That's it.
And the Patriots only had 17 total.
15 of 17 points done by Height. Hayford got a 2 on a layup earlier in the game to start it up the lane now, and they go charge on the offense. They're going to call it on Singletary. Jaguars ball and a first foul on Singletary, Bruce.
Good job of defense. You plant yourself like a tree. She went and drove to get the layup, and the foul was called there. And that'll be a turnover here with 3 minutes to go. Jaguars trailing 17-8 here in this ladies junior college basketball game.
Trees like to grow, and they can also be torn down, especially during hurricanes and flooding. Shot for 3.
Oh, there's a nice one.
Jakaya Kelly returns the favor. Hooker had a 3. Jakaya Kelly with a 3. And now, Bruce, we needed that. That cuts the lead to 6.
Yeah, Kelly, a good job there. Nice form, good shot. And drained that. Nothing but nylon on that one. And there's a throwaway.
Deflected. By the way, for people that were wondering, we were thinking there was going to be a 6 p.m. Eastern start time. That was actually changed due to a schedule conflict with the SRAC Center, and the SRAC Center said 7 p.m. Eastern, so that is why we came on the air with pregame about an hour late than scheduled. Here comes Jakaya Kelly. Actually, that was number 2, Kaija Washington, going up with it. Washington, turnover, back to Height. Height goes for 3 this time. It's no good. Can't make them all after 5 threes in a row, Brendan, in this Jaguars basketball. Washington gets it to Campbell. Campbell back to Washington. Washington to Council. Council to Kelly. Kelly throws one up. Oh, it's so good. Rebound coming over. It's going to be number 23 of Singletary. That's going to be Parissa Singletary, the 5'7" sophomore from Woodbridge, Virginia. She'll go up with it now. Settles back around the perimeter, going back to Staples. Staples now looks around, driving Height. Height with box by 2 with Washington and Kelly. Throw for 3 up by number 10, Staples in short. Basket up again. Second time, no good on the attempt by Singletary. Jaguars get it back. Here comes Tamara Hooker. Box by 3 in a triangle. Washington to the left wing, throws up for 3. No good. Campbell got it back. Rebound, no good. Second time, third time. It is Pat's ball, Bruce Barrett.
Well, they crashed the boards well. They just, there's a steal.
Interception. Look at that. Tamara Hooker and some fancy work taking Hyatt to school on the offense. Going on the Council.
Play.
Inside, back to Hooker and 2 again.
That was a wonderful play, and she really deserved that with the turnover. Dished the ball out to the corner and then broke to the basket and got the pass back. And just a wonderful play there by the Jaguars.
Hooker, Hyatt Hooker, sounded like a law firm. That's the way it went down. With the help of Council as well.
And
under a minute remaining, Brendan.
I mean, right now, Wesley, both teams are playing hard. Like you said, Hooker most definitely deserved that play. I mean, with the steal and then, coming back to get the points up. But,
Final 30 seconds. Shot, Council there, short. Rebound, Staples.
Nice steal.
Got it back. She goes
Washington
down, shot clock's off, ball out of play. It's Jaguars ball.
And the shot clock is at 13 now.
Here comes some subs coming in. Number 24, number 22, Madison Flores, and Harriet, number 22, Tanisha Witchner coming in now.
Jaguars here can cut it to 1 with a 3-ball.
17-13, 4-point lead. Under 20 seconds. Hooker, she throws up a 3. Is she there?
It's there.
My goodness, cut the lead down to 1 point. What a comeback there, Brendan Reeves. 10 seconds to go. Driving up the lane. That's Hayford. Hayford going to Staples. Staples goes inside, driving there. Basket no good. Robinson on the rebound. That's Deja Robinson. And that is the first period of play.
Well, the Pats went out in front there. They had an 8-point lead at 1 point, and the Jaguars came right back, roaring back, if you will. And we're here at the end of one, 17-16. The Patrick Henry Pats on top of the JCC Jaguars. You're listening to Jaguar Basketball on CRN Sports.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
For help with food, healthcare, and other resources, call or visit 211.org.
211, how can I help you?
211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
By the way, just found out, thanks to the coaching staff, number 12 is Natalia Nascimento. Say that name 3 times fast. Nascimento from America's Brazil. She is from Americana, Brazil, 5'9" freshman. No wonder she didn't get mad when we didn't call her name. From Brazil, and she's a talented player. We're back, ready for the second period.
Oh, there's a strip by the Jaguars, and here they come running.
That's Council. Driving, getting around
Nice
Hayford,
pass.
and a turnover. Washington got it back to Council, and it's off of Robinson's hands. And here comes down number 24, a steal
nice
by
hustle.
Council. Boy, she about goes in the upper deck of the grandstands.
Nice.
There's the Shracks finish. She some poison solves herself there.
Yes, it was a nice job hustling back down to not allow an easy score. And again, the Jaguars get their hand on the inbound. So now the Jaguars still on defense. It goes out of bounds, but they are really playing tough on the inside. Oh, there's a nice pass and a basket by the Patriots. And that is number 12 from Brazil. That scores that basket there.
All right.
The 9:24 mark.
Here comes Hooker. And by the way, it is now just a 3-point lead. Brendan, your take of the first half of the game or the first period of the game. Obviously, Jaguars, they're in the hunt. They're staying alive.
I mean, and, you know, the first period of the game, each team has some
Oh,
amazing
can you
pieces.
say tied? Kaisha Washington, an alumni of the Clayton Comets.
And
It's a 3.
And that was off the window for 3.
Clayton Comet ladies
That's a
tomorrow
travel.
night. No travel. 2 charges on the offense. And a turnover again.
Down in the lane, she was breaking towards the lane there, and it was just travel. She picked her dribble up and just took too many steps right under the basket there. And the officials right there caused the travel.
Madison Flores will come off the bench there for the Pats and bring back in number 3 of Marquisa Height. Driving up the lane. Look at Hooker. Is she there?
Yes, she is.
Jaguars go to the lead by 3.
And we have our second lead change of the game now.
22-19. Jaguars back in front. Height throws up the 3. This time misses it off the front of the cylinder. Turnover. Give it right back now. Here comes now Robinson. Robinson's kind of like the Dennis Rodman female look for the Johnston Jaguars. Driving up the lane,
Nice
goes
pass.
inside. Is she there? And she is going to hold on to the ball. Robinson, it's last touch by Robinson. What an effort, though, Bruce, to try so hard to keep that ball in play.
It was a wonderful pass underneath, and but equally wonderful defensive play by the Patriots to strip the ball. But that play was right there, and they'll come back to that, I'm sure.
Deja Robinson, I was actually thinking about getting myself blue hair the other night. You remember? Blue hair? What do you think, Brendan? Blue hair for Wesley?
Shot taken.
No comment?
I would say Wesley might be going through a phase.
Washington driving short. Foul,
be
though.
fouled.
She's fouled. She go to the line.
So, good job there.
Foul on number 12, Natalia Nascimento for the Pats, to the line for the Jaguars. Number 2, Kaija Washington, 2-shot foul. All right, Bruce, remember, I'm doing PA as well as the radio.
You're doing a
caller.
fine job there, my friend.
Wear a lot of hats. Keep my voice for tomorrow. I'm letting
cover
Kevin
that
Stump do
blue
play-by-play
hair up.
tomorrow night. I did, yes.
That first shot's missed there.
Maybe
on
some
the
stripes,
free
what do you
throw.
think?
Yeah.
Tiger stripes?
Yeah, why not?
Where's our jingle?
It's goes in and comes out, and it's no good. And here come the Pats now with the rebound. He worked the ball around the far side. 3 ball on the way. Hits the front of the iron. No good. Rebounded by the Patriots. And here's a 3 ball, and it's good. And
Wow.
who else but number 3 for the Patriots?
Markeisha Height.
Markeisha is really just burning up the nylon from behind the arc.
Height, the 5'3" sophomore from Townsend, Georgia. And how about that, Brendan Reeves? What is that, 18 points now from the 3?
Nice play.
Yeah.
All 3. All 3s, might I add. But the Jaguars respond.
Another
And look at her
3.
come back and respond to Mara Hooker. Number 5'6" from Trinity High School, lives in Boom City, Fayetteville. And that's all. Now, Jaguars back in front. Bruce, what is that, third lead change of the game?
Third lead change of the game right there. And there's a throwaway trying to hit number 24, break it to the basket there for Patrick Henry. And it was just a incomplete pass, if you will. And the Jaguars now with the ball as they cross the timeline. 6:39 to go here in the first half.
Shot going up off the cylinder. No good. The rebound coming back on number 3. Cemento coming back to Height. Height now running back. Settles into number 32. That's going to be Hayford. Hayford driving to the lane. She's to the free throw stripe. Height will throw up another one. Is she there? Oh, no. This time to the left of the cylinder. It bounced off the Windex. No good. And it's still a 3-point lead for the Jaguars. You want to win your final game. It's a send-off of the season, and where you can go, turnover, back to the Jaguars. But Bruce Barrett obviously carrying all that momentum from the last game into November of 2022, which will be here in about 7 months' time.
That's correct. But on that play there, the Patriots got a turnover, but then they lost control of the ball and it went out of bounds. And there was just an ill-advised pass there. They were trying to hit the center there, and it was just
Inside
not there.
open, basket, and 1, number 24. Madison Florianez will get the basket and 1, and she'll go to the line.
Florianez this will be an opportunity to hit the old 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Foul on the Jaguars. Number 1, Deja Robinson, her first, to the line for the Pats. Number 24, Madison Florianez, basket and 1.
Got number 23 coming in for
Ava Brill's coming out. Number 10's coming in. That's going to be Savannah Staples from West Point, Virginia. Here we go.
She makes it.
And we're tied now at 25.
I tell you what, very competitive basketball game right now.
Again, 25 even.
6 minutes flat to go here in the first half.
Brendan, your take of stats, buddy. You've been keeping up with all the stats of the Pats, and right now, 18s, and they're all 3s for Height, number 3 for the Pats.
Yeah, I mean, Height, right now she's the lead scorer, but, the team is, starting to, they're working together, starting to put in some points, and, they're working towards it slowly together.
Driving and playing 25 even.
3-point attempt by the Jaguars comes up short. Here come the Patriots now looking to take the lead.
Up the lane, is she there?
Oh, nice
yes! Florianez from Harrisonburg, Virginia. 5'11" freshman Florianez will put it in the cylinder, and now it's another lead for the Jaguars, or will it be a respond and basket and one?
Is it going to count?
Oh, it's going to
They
count.
count it.
Number 23, Daviana Campbell, and the foul.
That's going to be a
Basket and one for number 23, Daviana Campbell. She'll go to the line. Foul was on number 12, Natalia Nascimento for the Pats. Correction,
24.
number 24, Madison Fuertes. And basket so good.
No good.
But we're tied though, Bruce. 27 all again. 27-27. Hooker with another takeaway. Another steal. Into the paint. Here comes now Kelly. Kelly to Hooker. Hooker will go down to Washington. Washington about tripped up, tipped away.
Oh, nice
by
drive.
Hayford, and she's there, and
She's
she's fouled. The ball went under the net. You're supposed to put it on over the rim, not under the rim.
It's kind of hard to do that when somebody hits your arms
Exactly.
and you're coming down low.
And Robinson's going to go to the line. Foul on the Pats to the line for the Johnston Jaguars. Number 1, Deja Robinson, 2-shot foul.
That foul.
And the first one's so good.
That foul was on number 24.
Another foul on Madison Fuertes. What is that, 3 now? Bruce, ready for baseball to crank back up, brother?
Oh,
Next week,
absolutely.
2
Oh,
weeks,
yeah.
got baseball, softball, soccer. We're going to see the ladies of summer on the court, and also the diamond and the field coming up. Clayton soccer, and the basketball still rolls on. Remember, tomorrow night we're in Wilmington for the second round of the playoffs.
There's a good defense by the Jaguars there. Just no passing lane. They get the turnover. Here they come.
Washington.
Another good
Robinson
pass.
and a turnover there, back again by Fuertes.
It's a great idea. They're trying to work the ball to the inside. It's just the passing lane closes down by the Pats.
Closing in. Here we go now. Driving. Going around to Hayford. Hayford now looks up. Tripped up by Fuertes. She tried to get up a hold of it. It's last touch by the Pats. Jaguars
number
basketball.
24. So
Bruce, Brendan, 27 all, bud. Your take of everything so far, man.
I mean, the teamwork right now is absolutely phenomenal by both teams, but especially in the Jaguars. I mean, the way they're working together right now is allowing them to get the ball, put points up. I mean, they're getting their fouls for them.
And it's a carry, and that's a good call.
Good.
That's a good call. The Jaguars trying to get in the middle, and she just lifted the ball with the palm of her hand, and the referee was right there. And that is just like traveling. They just call it palming the ball.
Palming the ball.
We're tied at 27, coming up on the 4-minute mark here. Left in the first half.
Nascimento in height. Nascimento gets it to height again, and a turnover. Here comes Hooker with it. It all started by Kaisha Washington to get it started. Driving up the lane. Hooker, Washington, she'll throw up a 3.
Oh, another one off the window.
I was going to say that. Bounced it right off the square window, break the glass, and put it in the circle.
Yeah, cue up the Windex commercial, if you will.
And no 409 needed. Here we go. Shot, height, driving. Up the lane. Is
nice
she there?
power
It's
move.
missed off the rim by Parisa Singletary for the Pats. They'll turn it over. It's the Jaguars' ball again, and they're up by 3.
Jaguars down. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the first half. They're up by 3 points and want to add to their lead. And they've done a great job coming back and staying with this Patriot team. And we got a 3-second violation on the Lady Jaguars there in the lane, just a little bit too long. Far side referee saw it, makes the call. And when you blow that whistle and you hear it and you look down and you see you're in the lane, there's no complaining.
That's exactly
It's
right.
obvious. 30-27. The Jaguars on top from here in Johnston County.
30-27. Another shot up for 3. No good. And the rebound, they're going to come up with it again. 32
Nice pass.
inside there. Hayford in the basket. I believe that's now 4 points on Hayford. She started the game with the first points of the game. That's now 2 in the first period, 2 now in the first half of the second. And Bruce, we got under 3 minutes to play in the first half of this game.
Nice drive by the Jaguars for 2 there. And they go back on top now, 32-29. We got a back and forth affair going here, Wesley.
A good one going on here. It's 32-29 as Bruce reiterated on and under 2.5 remaining. Hayford getting under pressure with Singletary.
That's a good call.
And they're going to call a foul.
Foul's going to be on number
Foul
23.
on number 23 of Daviana Campbell, actually.
Campbell, yes.
Yep, for the Jaguars, and it will be a non-shooting foul, so it will go back to the Pats. They're going to box them and stack them up 2 by 2 by 2 like Noah leading the Animals to the arc, and then they break in formation. Shot up. Off the right of the cylinder in the attempt by Singletary. No good on the rebound. Here comes Washington. Washington, another three. Is she there? To the right of the, or to the left of the net. It swung a little too hard there, Bruce, and turned it over.
Well, here we go now. Jaguars back on defense quickly. Here's a 3-ball, corner pocket, no good. And there's a breaking Jaguar by herself.
Hooker, is she there? Boom, and 2. Increase that lead, Bruce. Brendan Reeves to 5.
I mean, right now, the Jaguars, teamwork is really what's getting them the win. Because, I mean, you see the passes, the defense and all that, and it's just working really nice.
Hayford with another 2. That's 6 points in the game for number 32, Harriet Hayford. She's the 6'2 freshman from Akura, Guana, Bruce Barrett, from Guana. 90 seconds to play in the first half.
Nice break, and they're going to call a foul as she was driving the lane. And the foul is going to be...
Want to send a shout out to my buddy Jay Bell at the CIAA basketball tournament. He's actually joining some of the broadcast coverage here right now as he has a break before the 8 p.m. tip-off, Bruce Barrett, of the CIAA tournament going on in Washington, or Maryland, actually.
They missed the first one.
And Robinson at the line. Number 1, Deja Robinson. She's 5'8". She's from E.E. Smith graduate. She lives in Fayetteville. 1 out of 2, both times at the free throw line, 1 out of 2.
4-point lead now for the Jaguars, 35-31, $1:20 left to go.
Jaguars
here
doing
half.
good here. Then the most got it to Hayford. Hayford in the turnover. Here comes Kaija Washington. Washington drives. Basket, no good, but she is fouled. She'll go to the line, and she will be shooting 2. Foul on the Pats, number 3, Markeisha Height. To the line for the Johnston Jaguars, number 2, Kaija Washington, 2-shot foul.
So Washington has a chance here to extend this lead here. She sets.
On the 2.
She
First
shoots.
one up. Boom.
She scores.
And increasing the lead, by the way, Brendan Reeves to 5.
36-31, $1:14 left to go here in the first half.
Second one up. Is she there? No. And they got the rebound.
Nice rebound.
And she's fouled. And she's fouled. Campbell will go to the line. 2 in a row.
And that's going to be on number 32.
Foul on number 32, Harriet Hayford for the Pats. To the line for the Johnston Jaguars. Number 23, Daviana Campbell. And she'll shoot 2. First one up, but no good.
She wanted to get that shot off in a hurry. She needs to take her time. We've got 10 seconds to release the ball once the ball is passed to her. She goes up and she gets this off the backboard and it goes in. 37-31, Jaguars on top. And Thagard back into the game now for the Jaguars. They break the press. The Pats did a good job of getting that ball to the middle of the court, Wesley, on that press by the Jaguars.
That's right. That's right. Exactly right. Time running out. Under a minute to play in the first half. Brendan, you're taking the first half of the game. Pat's not going anywhere, and neither Jaguars. It's a great battle here.
I mean,
player control foul.
Yeah, but like I keep saying, Wesley, both teams are playing really good, but Jaguar is doing amazing things with the ball right now, and that's one of the reasons they're up.
Foul was on number 23 of the Pats there. She was just driving and trying to get to the basket, and again, just good defense. Nice high screen, and that's a good call. Anytime that you put your knee out to do a screen and somebody hits you, you're going to catch that call on the offensive foul. It's an illegal pick is what they're going to call on the Jaguars. So with 44.4 to go.
It's a 6-point lead. We will get ready to take it to the locker room. Inside, Markeisha Height with obviously the star player of the game so far. Shot for three. Short by Hayford. Inning, Height. Height back again. Correction, that's 22. Tanisha Witchner. They'll turn the ball over. And shot clock off, Bruce Barrett. The Jaguars will have the ball for the final 23 seconds of the second period.
Witchner got that rebound, but she hesitated ever so slightly and then allowed the defense to get to her when she could have went straight up for the basket, forcing her to pass the ball away. And in that pass, she threw it out of bounds. There's a three ball by the Jaguars off the front of the iron. It's going to be out of bounds, but it'll go back to the Patriots.
It's going to go to the Pats. They're going to get 15.5 seconds, 37-31, 6-point lead as they go to the locker room. 37-31, a 6-point lead, 15.5 remaining. And driving up the lane is going to be Naomi Height as new players are coming in on the ankle brace, number 24. Madison Florinez is coming out, will be Witchner. Inbounded by Height. Height will get it to Witchner. Now, correction, 32 of Hayford. 10 seconds. One shot before the horn. I'd say get it to Height. Height's open in the right wing. Ball goes up.
And
trips over the rim. It's no good, but they are fouled, and they're going to go to the line. Foul on Zennia Thagard for the Jaguars.
So
foul on the Jaguars, number 0, Zennia Thagard. To the line for the Patrick and Henry Pats, number 12, Natalia Nascimento. Say that name. 2-shot foul.
3, even as the announcement, the first one, like ice in her veins, and made it while the announcement was being made. So she got those 2.
And that's the half.
And that will be the half. It's the Jaguars on top, 37-33 here at halftime.
Brandon, we're going to let you guys assess stats and take pictures and all that good stuff. We got a young man that's going to be joining us at halftime. But Brendan, your take of what we've seen so far in this first half of the game as we get ready to take an extensive commercial break.
I mean, so far, Height is the leading scorer in the game with 18 points.
Just your take of the game so far. We'll go over stats at halftime.
So far, the game, I mean, they're doing absolutely amazingly. I mean, the Jaguars are doing absolutely amazingly. You know, Pats are doing good too, but, you know, the teamwork and the hustle we've seen for that first half with the Jaguars is just, it's flowing really nicely.
Well, we're currently at halftime. They got about 15 minutes to reset things. This is, again, the finale. This is the last game for the JCAA men and women basketball on the CRN Productions and the Community Radio Network for the Johnston Jaguars athletes. And, of course, we will step away. We'll thank our sponsors and the Ad Council promos. We'll get ready with Bruce, Brendan, myself, and we have a special little guest that's going to be joining us when we come back. We're at the break right now. It is currently a 4-point lead, 37-34, with the Johnston Jaguars up in front. You want to win your last game. You want to win all your games, but especially when it's the last game of the season. We're back for the Shrek in just a moment at the half. Jaguars up by 4.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick and proud aunt. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. Jill, why don't you tell class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. Done. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
And what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
I may never have met you. We don't go way back. Maybe we wouldn't even be friends if we did. But when you wear a mask, you have my respect. Because your mask doesn't protect you. It protects me. I wear my mask to protect you. Mask up, America.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today, I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
We are at halftime. We've got a special little guest. Shamar McNeil will be joining us here in just a few moments. We'll look at the first half stats analysis and so much more inside the Schrack Center as both teams, real quickly. You see the team for the Patrick and Henry Pats. They're still at the bench, taking it easy, taking a rest, down by 4, 37-33, while the Johnston Jaguars out of the court are working on free throws and layups and all that good stuff, preparing for the second half of the game. And right now, they're up by 4. Shamar McNeil joins us next after our final commercial break. This is Johnston Jaguars basketball on the Community Radio Network and Johnston Jaguar YouTube Live.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
For help with food, healthcare, and other resources, call or visit 211.org.
211, how can I help you?
211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
37-33 at the half. We're also coming up on the top of the hour. We'll pause for 10 seconds of network identification. This is Johnston Jaguars basketball on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to the Community Radio Network. Follow us via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to other games at 87.5 FM or join us anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Halftime. Welcome back to the Schrack Center. I am Wesley Outland, joined alongside Bruce Barrett. We got a little man here joining us. So this is Shamar McNeil. Throughout the entire 2021-22 season, this young man is a proud supporter of the Johnston Jaguars. Bruce, before we talk to Shamar, this is what it's all about.
That's
the
exactly
future
right.
broadcasters of America, the future players, the future coaches, students of America are right here. Shamar, what's up, man?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing
How old
good.
are you?
I'm 11. I just turned 11 January 21st.
11 years old. So you just celebrated a birthday. Well, you're a couple of weeks past that, so I'm not going to sing to you on the air, okay? I'm not going to do that.
So appreciate that.
Shamar, tell us. Jay Creasy said, hey, can you put this young kid on the program, let him give some thanks and talk about how the season's been? It kind of shucks. It's coming to an end so quickly. Ain't it? Flies not too fast.
Yeah. I just remembered the game in November the 8th.
Yeah. So how did you get involved with the Jaguars and being a part of it and just having fun?
Actually, my friends introduced me to Coach Al.
Okay.
And it's like where I live, the Gym Innovation Academy, it's like right there. And I just started going over there a lot and helping them out with defense and offense and stuff like that. And I went to their first scrimmage, and that's actually how I got involved with everything.
Okay.
So I felt really good.
So you come into the games and everything. You've been just about at every game they played. Is that right?
Yeah, about every home game.
And it's a lot of fun, isn't it? It's a very competitive brand of basketball, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So if you have fun, obviously being able to come to these home games, is that a dream of yours? Is to want to be a Jaguar, maybe become a basketball player or a broadcaster, maybe a basketball coach?
Yeah. I want to be in the NBA like my brother.
You do? Your brother's in the NBA?
Yeah.
What's your brother's name?
Gary Clark.
No.
Gary Clark from the NBA. What team does he play for?
The Orleans Pelicans.
The New Orleans, the Hornets?
The Pelicans.
Pelicans.
No, the Pelicans. New Orleans
New
Pelicans.
Orleans, yeah.
They used to be the Hornets. Actually, it used
Right.
to be the Charlotte Hornets, and then the Charlotte Hornets went to the New Orleans Hornets. Then the New Orleans Hornets became the Pelicans, and the Charlotte Hornets came back here after being the Bobcats for a couple of years.
correct.
For sure. So, yeah, man. So you want to play with your brother? Or your brother will be long retired by the time you play, right? Maybe he'll be your coach.
Maybe.
What do you think? Yeah. Can you take him to school? You pretty good on the court?
Yeah. I play basketball now.
I got you. Cool deal. So, hey, listen, this is what it's all about. These young men, these young women like Shamar McNeil. Shamar, thank you, buddy. Can you give me a pound? There you go. Have a good one. Definitely. What grade you in? Fifth grade. So middle school basketball coming up soon, right?
Yep.
There you go, buddy. Well, listen, thank you for your time. We appreciate it, man. We're gonna bring in back real quickly stats and analysis. Bruce Barrett, as we got about 2 minutes until the start of the second half of the game. What do you got for us on the Jaguars?
Well, the leading scorer for the Jaguars with 20 points is Hooker. She has really contributed greatly to the offense for the Jaguars.